I don't know if he's in his prime. He's fat. He should be lean and mean. He's fat and funky. I saw him with his shirt off, though.
I'm not sure if he's at the peak of his abilities, but he looks overweight. When I saw him there, he was wearing no shirt, and I wondered, did you start training already? Douglas isn't going to win. He can't even knock out. Nick Diaz, how is 40-pound Nick Diaz going to knock me out? Who's the other guy? Anderson Silva, how are you going to take me out? He didn't take out those little men. In a separate development, Mike Tyson has threatened to end Jake Paul during their match. Ryan Garcia is open to the idea of facing Jake Paul if Logan Paul withdraws his complaint, alleging slander against Ryan Garcia. This lawsuit started as a result of Garcia's disparaging remarks on Logan's Prime Energy drink. Garcia apologized right away after the complaint was filed. Garcia stated, "I'm retiring for a year if Logan quits the case, so they won't feel justified in suspending me because it's ridiculous. I've never used steroids in my life." The New York State Athletic Commission suspended Garcia for a year after he tested positive for the drug Ostarine, which is illegal. This has increased interest in Garcia's possible fight with Jake Paul. The proposed fight, which is expected to garner significant media attention due to the fighter's bold statements and vibrant personalities, is expected to feature Jake Paul. Garcia has been quiet about his intentions to investigate UFC possibilities or even take part in an exhibition mixed martial arts battle. At about 190 pounds, Jake Paul, who may weigh as much as 170 pounds, has a distinct physical advantage over Garcia. Despite the size difference, Garcia's extensive professional boxing background may even the odds. However, nothing has been confirmed yet, so we'll have to wait and see what transpires in the interim. Recently, Brendan Shaw revealed a fascinating conspiracy theory explaining why the Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul battle was actually rescheduled. The fight at AT&T Stadium was supposed to take place last month, but all parties are still hopeful that it will happen in November. Shaw, a well-known podcaster and 10-time MMA fighter, thinks there might be more to it. Tyson felt dizzy and queasy during his flight from Miami to Los Angeles, and it was later discovered that he was experiencing a flare-up of an ulcer. As a result, he has been advised to refrain from participating in training. Shaw said that Logan had told him years earlier that the ultimate plan was for him and his brother to fight. He then asked the audience which fight would receive more views and implied that if he were to entertain a conspiracy theory, he would wonder if this had been the plan all along. When my brother and I battle in Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul or Jake Paul versus Logan Paul, Jake looks so young, and they both look so I know. Put on my tinfoil hat and ask you guys, was this the idea all along? What receives more views? I'm not commenting on YouTube or Netflix about Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul or Jake Paul versus Logan Paul right now. Shaw went on to say that he wasn't talking about views on YouTube, but rather views on Netflix. He explained that his dad wouldn't watch Logan Paul if Mike Tyson wasn't involved, but he thought that many younger viewers who vape and are unsure of their pronouns would tune in. In his opinion, Jake Paul versus Logan Paul would receive more views overall because their combined fan bases are larger than Mike Tyson's CU. If you remove Mike Tyson from the fight, my dad won't watch Logan Paul, but a lot of young people who vape and are unsure of their pronouns will tune in. In my opinion, Logan Paul will receive more views than Jake because of their larger fan bases than Mike Tyson's. Shaw's comments came after a social media back and forth between the Pauls and another individual in which Logan offered himself as a stand-in combatant. However, Jake is trying to manipulate KSI, Logan Paul's business associate and opponent, into crying on X. He wrote to KSI's coach stating that he is currently over 200 pounds, so there are no excuses about his weight. However, Mike Tyson's previous opponent, Roy Jones Jr., has issued a harsh warning to Paul, likening Tyson's ferocity to that of a pit bull dog in a recent interview with Boxing King Media. Let's schedule it for July 20th, and then Paul Tyson in November. Jones Jr. demonstrated that Tyson's age wouldn't affect his performance when he faced him in an exhibition fight in 2020. In response to questions about the nature of the battle, Jones Jr. said, "We are warriors. We don't care about getting punched. We don't care what age we are. This is what we do." He also rejected Tyson's suggestion that Mike should exercise restraint, saying Tyson doesn't know how to hold back. Mike resembles a pit bull. Fans are eagerly awaiting the fight between Iron Mike and the problem child, despite any doubts, because they want more than just a show. They want a real test of fortitude and skill in the ring in addition to famous UFC fighter Rampage. Pit bull dogs don't know how to play, so it's going to turn into a fight either way. Jake Paul, who is well known for his contentious bouts with UFC competitors, expressed mixed feelings about taking on Tyson. He said, "I'm a little scared because it is Mike Tyson. I'm just going to have a wow moment when I actually fight Mike Tyson." Jones Jr. predicts a straightforward win for Tyson. Despite Mike Tyson's age and health issues, Jackson has vowed to give up on Jake Paul after just 2 rounds of their clash. Speaking with Jason Mayhems Miller and Luke Rockhold on the Jackson podcast, Jackson expressed his continued belief that Tyson's superiority will overpower Paul and bring the fight to an early conclusion. He predicted that Tyson would knock Paul out in 2 rounds. Mike Tyson will prevail. Considering that Mike Tyson has been boxing for longer than Jake Paul has been alive, and that there is a viral video of an older white man beating up a younger white man, that is what I believe will happen when his idea is contested. Jackson then went farther. Jake Paul will probably give up by then since he won't go that far, the source added. Paul was given a clear warning by his opponent before of their scheduled fight, and Tyson implied confidently that he was still in position to win by knockout in a statement confirming the postponement. Tyson responded on social media to the claim that Jake Paul is going to knock him out, saying, "He still is going to knock me out, and I bought myself some time, so Mike is still talking." Tyson added, "Even though we had to postpone the fight, I will resume training shortly." Tyson also expressed gratitude to the medical staff who treated him, MB Netflix, and AT&T Stadium for their diligent efforts in finding the best rescheduled date for all parties. That direction, but Mike, you mentioned that you want to complete this in Q4, but you simply need a little bit of time if you want to work on it behind closed doors. Paul went on to say that he was prepared whenever Mike was, stressing that the opportunity was too great to miss and that he thought the battle would have a profound effect on the world. He also said that his mantra in life is to always transform setbacks into victories. Paul went on, "Mike, I'm ready whenever you are. This is an incredible opportunity. I really believe that this fight will transform the world, and I will turn all of my losses into victories. The universe is error-free, so let's see what lies ahead. I apologize to all of the supporters who have supported me in the meantime."